Ethan Parker, a tech-savvy young man in his mid-20s, had just moved to a new city for a fresh start. Eager to embrace his new life, he decided to treat himself to the latest iPhone. He stumbled upon a small, quaint electronics shop tucked away in a narrow alley. The shop was dimly lit, and the shelves were cluttered with gadgets from different eras. An old man with piercing blue eyes, Mr. Thompson, greeted him with a knowing smile. "This iPhone is special," Mr. Thompson said, handing Ethan a sleek, black device. "It has a history." Ethan shrugged off the old man's cryptic words, eager to explore his new purchase. That night, as he set up the phone, he noticed something strange. The screen flickered, and for a brief moment, he saw a face staring back at him. He dismissed it as a glitch and went to bed. The next day, Ethan received a Facetime call from an unknown number. Curious, he answered it. To his shock, a pale, ghostly figure of a young woman appeared on the screen. Her eyes were hollow, and her voice was a whisper. "Help me," she pleaded before the call abruptly ended. Ethan's heart raced. He tried to rationalize the experience, but the calls continued. Each time, the ghostly woman, Sarah, revealed more about her tragic past. She had been murdered, and her spirit was trapped within the phone. She needed Ethan's help to find her killer and free her soul. Desperate for answers, Ethan confided in his younger sister, Lily, a college student who was always there to support him. Together, they began to investigate Sarah's story. They discovered that Sarah had been a college student who went missing years ago. Her case had gone cold, and her family had given up hope. Ethan and Lily's search led them to Detective Harris, a seasoned investigator who had worked on Sarah's case. Harris was skeptical at first, but the evidence Ethan presented was compelling. The detective agreed to help, and they delved deeper into the mystery. As they uncovered more clues, Ethan started receiving threatening messages on his phone. It became clear that someone didn't want the truth to come out. Emily, Ethan's best friend, joined their efforts, providing emotional support and helping with research. One night, Ethan received another Facetime call from Sarah. This time, she was more coherent. "You must find the locket," she said. "It holds the key to my past." Ethan, Lily, and Detective Harris followed the clues to an abandoned house on the outskirts of the city. The house was eerie, with creaking floorboards and cobweb-covered furniture. In the attic, they found a dusty old chest. Inside, they discovered Sarah's locket, along with a diary detailing her life and the events leading up to her death. The diary revealed that Sarah had been in a relationship with a man named Mark, who had become increasingly possessive and abusive. She had planned to leave him, but he found out and killed her in a fit of rage. Mark had connections in high places, which allowed him to cover up the crime. Armed with this new information, Detective Harris reopened the case. Mark was arrested, and Sarah's family finally received the closure they had longed for. As for Ethan, the haunting calls ceased, and he felt a sense of peace knowing he had helped Sarah find justice. However, the experience left a lasting impact on Ethan. He couldn't shake the feeling that the iPhone still held secrets, waiting to be uncovered. Every time his phone rang, a chill ran down his spine, reminding him of the haunting journey he had endured. The city, once a place of new beginnings, now held a dark, eerie memory that Ethan would never forget. Months later, Ethan decided to visit Mr. Thompson's shop to return the iPhone, hoping to rid himself of its eerie presence. As he entered the shop, he was greeted by a young woman behind the counter. "I'm looking for Mr. Thompson," Ethan said. The woman gave him a puzzled look. "Mr. Thompson? This shop has been closed for years. My family just reopened it last month." Ethan's blood ran cold. He pulled out his phone and showed her a picture of Mr. Thompson. The woman's face turned pale. "That's my grandfather," she whispered. "He passed away 5 years ago." Ethan's heart pounded as he realized the truth. The old man who sold him the iPhone was a ghost, and the phone was never meant to be sold. It was a conduit for the restless spirits seeking justice. Ethan left the shop, the weight of the revelation pressing down on him. The iPhone, now silent, felt heavier in his pocket, a constant reminder of the haunted journey that had only just begun.